I'm here with the Dash Mini Toaster Oven. Is this product meant for you? Let's put that to the test in today's review. Its claims are that it's a toaster oven for bagels, toast, pizza, and even cookies. It's also stated that this product is supposedly better than your typical traditional oven because it's smaller and cooks more efficiently. I have 4 different tests lined up. The first test is going to involve a piece of bagel. The second test is going to involve a piece of bread. The third test is going to involve a piece of English muffin. And then the fourth and final test is going to involve a small Totino's pizza and see how it cooks in this small oven. It's important to note that after each test, I'm going to let the oven sit after being hot for a while so that it doesn't hinder our results with the heat. This Dash toaster oven is not recommended for meat or poultry use. Also, the heating element inside is quite fragile, so be careful when you're handling it. Now I'm going to go over what's inside of this product. When you open the product up, there's an included baking tray in here, as well as a rack. Down here, there's a timer, and there's also going to be an auto shut-off feature, and along this dial, there are toasting levels. This is the baking tray, and this is the rack. Open the door, then take your choice of bagel and place it on the baking sheet like so. By toasting our bagel like this, we're going to have a crisper and softer texture altogether, rather than just baking it on the rack itself. It definitely smells like it's crisping up for sure. I'm going to pull the door down, I'm going to take the bagel out, and then let this product cool down before I begin the next test. Get your tongs ready because it's going to be hot. As you can see here, it definitely does look toasted. If we look right here, it's toasted, it looks crisp. The underside is warm and also soft. Don't worry, I'm not burning my hands. I would eat that, would you? Also, a fact about bread products is that the more a bread product cooks is likely because it has a higher sugar content. So this toasted pretty well because it has a high sugar content. The toaster oven is all cooled off from the first test. Now I'm going to begin the second test where we try out a piece of bread, and I have it in this baking tray right here, same as the first test. Okay. Then we have to adjust the dial to 3. It's definitely warming up in there. You can see the light and also feel the warmth from the oven itself. The edges are also starting to brown. We're at the 1 minute 30 mark right now. Starting to smoke. Timer just ended at the 2 minute 30 mark. That is scorched. But we have to take note that this is likely also because there is a high sugar content in this piece of bread product. Second test is done and the oven is all cooled down. Now it's time for the third test where I place an English muffin in here on the rack. Okay, we're going to adjust our timer to 4. It's heating up in there for sure. At the 30 mark right now. It's starting to brown around the edges right now, in the very back. We're at the 1 minute 30 mark right now. 2 minute mark right now. I'm starting to see a bit of smoke. It is browning for sure. It's burning on the edges back there. Not quite as much burn on this one as there was on the bread. And yes, my observation of this is that it is for sure toasted. It's not quite as burned as the bread was. I believe that's because there's a lower sugar content in this. And that was around 3 minutes that we stopped the timer for that. Our oven is all cooled off, and now it's time for our fourth and final test, which is where we put to the test Totino's pizza and see how it does. Once it starts to begin to brown and the cheese starts to melt, I'm going to pull it out. Make sure that's nice and in there, and then close up your opening. Like I said, as soon as it starts to brown and the cheese starts to melt, I'm going to pull it out. The heating element just turned off, but the timer is still going. The heating element goes on and off. The heating element is coming back on, and that's about at the 7 minute mark. Edges are definitely starting to crisp up. We're approaching the 9 minute mark now. Here comes the heating element again. It is coming on, And that's at the about 10-minute mark. Well, no, that's at about the 11-minute mark. I think the timer is also winding down. All right, the timer just went off, and that is at the 13:45-minute mark. Okay, we've given the oven a chance to cool down. Now let's pull our product out of there. The Totino's pizza very clearly has been well toasted. It's also got crispy edges off to the side, as you can see. It is a little burnt back there on the back edge, but not too bad. Overall, I would say that was cooked very well. Would you eat that? I would. Out of every one of these bread products that toasted, I would say I like the Totino's pizza cooked the best. I think it is the most crisp and well done. This one is probably my second choice. That's probably my third choice, and that would be my fourth choice for sure. But the reason that this one is so dark, I truly believe, is because of the high sugar content. So if you want your bread products to cook the best, I would just suggest getting lower sugar content. And I would also suggest turning each of these over halfway through cooking, just to maybe make sure that you get the most even amount of heat on each. This mini toaster oven is 550 watts, so just note that. To conclude, I do think that this Dash mini toaster oven does work. From the results, my favorite product that came out was the Totino's pizza. I did not expect myself to like that as much as I did. I thought it was going to come out all uneven, but it came out approximately pretty even, so that was quite shocking. The one product that didn't fare so well in the results section was the bread product that consisted of the highest sugar content. So I would say that when you're cooking with this device, make sure that you don't really have anything too high of a sugar content. Probably stick with lower sugar breads. And another observation I would like to make too is halfway through your cooking time, I think it would be best if you adjusted the bread product to the other side, so that all sides can hopefully cook as evenly as possible. One con of this product as well, I found, is that there are no notches on the timer dial. Most toaster ovens I've affiliated myself with have notches next to each heating level, which makes it a lot easier to tell which level you're at. So that was unfortunately not so good to try to have to figure out, but we did it anyways. So is this product meant for you? I would say so. If you like higher heat content and you want a smaller device, go for this by all means. Thank you so much everyone for tuning into this review, and I look forward to seeing you all next time.